stay? You gonna fall? Okay. Greetings, yogis. We're not getting started for another 10 minutes or so. I'm just getting the stream going. So if you are joining me right now, hello. If you're watching this later, also hello, but go ahead and fast forward 10 minutes. My name is Anna MC. I'm going to be guiding you through a power flow this evening. I did post a playlist for you in my Instagram story. So if you want some music, head over there now at the.anna.mc. Check out my story. I posted some music for you. You can throw in the background, flow to, all that jazz. Yeah, we still have about 10 minutes, so take your time, set up your mat, grab some water. We'll get started in a little bit. Hello, one person who just joined. Welcome to live chat. Oh, how do I do that? Okay. Well, good evening. Greetings, yogis. We're getting started in a few minutes. I can see a couple of you hopping on, joining in. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If we are unacquainted, my name is Anna MC. I'm going to be guiding you through a power yoga flow tonight. We're going to get into our hips quite a bit, focusing on opening, but also building some strength around the hips. So just prepare yourselves for that. We'll be doing some one breath, one movement, deep stretching, things like that. Grab some water. I've got a towel handy because I know I'm gonna sweat, so maybe grab a little towel. If you want some tunes to flow to, I did put a playlist up on my Instagram story. You can find that at the.anna.mc. So if you want to head there now, you can sync that up. We'll get started in a few minutes, friends. That's all I really got for you. All right, give me just one moment, yogis, and then we are going to get started. All right, so let me just fix this one last time, and then we're going to get going. Having technical difficulties, but what else is new? So once again, good evening, yogis. My name is Anna MC. You're in for a power yoga flow. We are going to start in a wide-legged child's pose tonight. So if that's not going to be accessible for your body to rest in for a few minutes, feel free to start in any other shape. I would recommend an open hip shape to begin. And that's all, really. Sorry, 1 second, get that going. All right. Wide-legged child's pose. So we're going to take big toes touching, knees about mat width distance apart. I'm going to go ahead and nestle the rib cage to rest between the thighs. Find a comfortable extension of your arms. Forehead rests on the mat. Close your eyes. Take a moment, get those little wiggles out. Allow yourself to settle into stillness. Let's begin practice this evening by arriving together with a collective cleansing breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And a big open mouth sigh to release. Good. Let's do 2 more like that. Deep breath in. Open mouth, let it go.
One more time, inhale fills the belly, the ribs, the chest, and then empty all the way out. Good. From here, simply maintain a focus on your breath and allow yourself to remain still. Notice if you feel the need to fidget here. If you find your fingers sort of involuntarily tapping the top of your mat. Why is that? Why do we have such a hard time being still? Maybe it's because sometimes when we slow things down, when we stop moving, that's when all the demons catch up. All the things we've been avoiding, the places we don't want to go, they find us. The thing is we have to give ourselves permission to slow down and to sit with those things in order to better understand them. So this evening as we move, maybe you make space or give yourself permission to simply slow down, to not rush, to acknowledge and maybe even sit with all the different things that come up. Let's take one more breath together. Take a deep inhale. Big exhale. Beautiful. Your next inhale, begin to pull yourself forward to a tabletop position. Wrists come under shoulders. Take your knees under your hips. Spread wide through your fingers. Find a slight upward engagement of the low belly here and soften through the elbows. On your next inhale, start to drop the navel as we lift the gaze and tailbone up for our cow spine. Now pause here. Notice if you immediately started to drop into one breath with this. Allow yourself to hold this, to actually feel the sensation of this shape. The shoulders are sliding down the back, we're opening through the throat. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, lead with the pelvis, draw the navel in, round up the spine as you tuck your chin to your chest for your cat pose. Hold here, pressing the ground away, feel that opening in the space between the shoulders. Inhale, belly drops. Gaze and tailbone lift up. Exhale, press, curl, round. Cycle through this a few times. Explore the length and the sound of your breath. How long can a breath really take you? What's it like if you stay till you're full? Stay till you're empty, no breath left. Now you can stick with these cat-cows, slow and intentional, or you can start to invite some other movement in here as we begin to get our blood flowing and our bodies warm. I favor circling the hips and the neck. Maybe there's something else you need to go to right now, a wrist variation, maybe a calf stretch. Just take a few breaths to go where you need to go, to warm up in a way that feels good and necessary for you this evening. Don't think too hard about it. Just let yourself find little variations. It's important that we start to trust ourselves on our mat. I know that a lot of folks right now are exploring and developing a home practice for the first time ever, right? And I'm so glad that that is, something that's coming out of this. And the more you practice at home, right, the more you're going to start to trust that you know what's available to you, right? You know the different options. You know where you can go. It's just a matter of listening to your body and where it's at and letting practice be different each day, right? Even if it's things that resemble each other, right? Make space for it to be different. Give a breath cycle here. Good. And now from here, come back to a neutral tabletop, right? We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to hover the knees about 2 to 3 inches off the ground for what we at Black Swan like to call beast pose. Breathe here. Start to fire up your breath in and out through your nose. Let it be audible. Press the ground away, hug the navel in, and look at the top edge of your mat. I want you to find your ugliest, nastiest beast breath, like a cartoon bull with steam snorting out its nose. Yoga doesn't have to be pretty. Find your grit. Dig deep, big breath in. And down dog on the exhale. Ooh, yeah, friends. Take a few beats in this first down dog. Pedal it out. Bending the knees. Maybe you take a twist here. Maybe you let the hips windshield wiper to the left or right. Just take a couple of cycles to kind of see where your body is in this shape today. Again, making space for it to be different, especially if you've been practicing more often than normal. As you explore, check in with your foundation, hands shoulder distance, spread wide and press firm through your fingertips, triceps wrapping in, navel pulling up. From your down dog, let's find stillness. On an inhale, roll forward to your high plank, shoulders over wrists. Look at the top edge of your mat, firm your thighs and reach your heels back, put your head forward. Let's take 3 big breaths. Keep pressing the ground away, lift away from your wrists. 1 more. Good. Now we're going to bend the knees and shift our hips back until we start to press our our rib cage toward our thighs. So we're like halfway between a beast and a down dog right now. Try to get your rib cage and heart to touch the thighs. Then from there, we're going to straighten back out to our downward facing dog. Then we'll do that little cycle on the breath a couple times. So on the inhale, we'll just roll forward to a high plank, shoulders over wrists, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, press your rib cage and heart back to your thighs. At the bottom of your exhale, straighten out, down dog. Let's do it again. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, press the ribs back, and straighten out, down dog. Once more for good measure. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, bend, press. Straighten out. I lied 1 more because it feels good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, bend and press. Straighten out. Good. This time on an inhale, let's lift those heels high up and take little tiptoe steps to the top of your mat. We'll meet in a ragdoll pose. When your feet meet your hands, bend your knees a lot. Let your head hang heavy. Give a few breaths in this ragdoll. Maybe you grab elbows and sway. Maybe you shake your head yes or no, bob the spine up and down. Flutter the lips out. Again, checking in with where you are today. Good. Now from here, just come to stillness, release the fingers down. Got our feet about hip distance, knees are generously bent. Very slowly straighten that right knee up. How's that feel? Rebend it. Slowly straighten the left knee. Pause there. Notice if it feels different. And both knees bent. Right knee straightens. Both knees bend. Left knee straightens. Both knees bend. Right knee. Both knees bend. Left knee. Good. Bend both knees. Keep the knees bent, and on a slow inhale, roll to standing. 1 vertebrae at a time. Head is the last thing to arrive. When it does, let's take the shoulders up to the ears, down the back, palms forward for your mountain pose. Draw the navel in as you soften through the knees. On your next inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Take your arms overhead, palms come together to touch if possible. Draw the shoulders down the back. Look up, take a big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, surrender down, softly bend the knees. With the knees still softly bent, half lift on the inhale. Draw the navel in, lengthen your spine, shoulders sliding down the back, fingertips rooting into the mat or your shins. On your exhale, plant your hands flat, step back to a high plank. Look forward, chin away from chest, thighs super firm. Keep that forward gaze, little shift forward, come to the knees. Keep shifting forward as you lower all the way down to the mat, elbows squeeze the ribs. Laying down on the belly, untuck your toes. Baby cobra on the inhale. Peel the heart up, squeeze the elbows back, firm up your thighs. There's no weight in the hands because it's just our upper abdominal and back strength lifting us. Exhale, release down. Tuck your toes, high plank, inhale, press up. Down dog, exhale, shift back. Good, take a couple breaths there. So, yogis, I'll say it every time. If you know me, you know knees to the mat to baby cobra is the flow I work with. It's the flow I'm going to teach you. If chaturanga and up dog are in your practice, every time we flow, use those. If you're like, what the heck is a chaturanga and an up dog? Use the flow that I'm working with today. Knees to the mat to baby cobra. I'm already sweating. Thank you, Texas. All right, we're going to build up our first sequence. From down dog. Inhale to take the right leg up. Let's keep the hips squaring down to the ground so all 5 toes are flexing toward the earth. Stay here for a big breath in. On the exhale, knee to nose. Roll to the ball of that left foot as you shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Round your spine, think cat. Inhale, send your leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here, look down and out, and softly plant your foot between your hands. So you've got the right knee over the ankle, that left thigh is firm and working. We're plugging that right hip slightly back in space. We have a nice long spine. Everything's working. Let's flatten that left hand down and inhale, take the right arm up for a big low lunge twist. Notice if your pelvis dumped over to the left, can you keep that thigh and glute working? Roll the right shoulder into the socket, pull your weight away from your left wrist. Stay here for an inhale, we're gonna get a little bit funky. On the exhale, reach that right arm behind you, then roll to the pinky toe edges of both feet. This is called a horizon lunge. So you'll notice I'm butterflying the right knee open. I'm in almost like a supported side plank. My left hip is rotating toward the ground. My wrist is still underneath my shoulder. So just breathing here. Pinky touch of both feet, opening the right hip. On your next inhale, come back to that low lunge twist, spiral up. On the exhale, plant your hands to frame your foot. Take a soft bend into your left knee, and then we inhale to a standing split. Press off and float your left leg, torso folds over the right leg. Head hangs heavy here. Good idea to keep a soft bend in the right knee. The left toes are still flexing toward the ground. We draw the navel up. Hold here for an inhale. On the exhale, Shiva squat. Bend your right knee. Tap your left toe outside the right edge of your mat. So it's like a curtsy here, right? Taking this little Shiva squat. The inhale comes back to our standing split. Exhale, forward fold. Step through, knees bend. Half lift, inhale, navel in, shoulders draw back. Exhale, fold, surrender down. Big toes touch, heels an inch apart. If you're working with low back issues, I want you to keep some space between your feet here. Then we're going to inhale up to our chair pose. Arms up, think taller spine instead of lower hips. Knit the ribs and hips closer together as we tighten up through center to find a neutral pelvis. Arms up or at the heart. Let's take 3 big breaths. Squeeze the thighs together, weight in the heels. One more time, big inhale. And exhale, forward fold, head down, tails up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant it, step it back. Lower half or all the way down. Baby cobra or up dog on the inhale. And down dog on the exhale. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Let's do this on the left side. Inhale, left leg up. Toes flex down, hips squares. Exhale, knee to nose. Roll forward, shoulders over wrists, and tighten up through center. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Hold here, look down and out, and plant your foot between your hands. Low lunge. Got that right thigh working. Left hip plugging back, long spine, strong core. Right hand comes flat. Inhale that left arm up. We spiral the ribcage open, twisting from the navel. Draw the left shoulder into the socket. Notice if you're dumping your weight into your right shoulder, press the ground away. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, horizon lunge. Reach back as you drop to the pinky toe edge of both feet. Notice that the right hip is not touching the ground right now. It's still engaged in lifting. I'm butterflying that left knee open, breathing into the left hip pocket here. Next inhale, back to that low lunge twist. Come back to the ball of the right foot as you reach your left arm up. Exhale, plant your hands. Softly bend the right knee. Inhale to your standing split. Press off and float your right leg. Head hangs heavy as the torso folds over the left leg. Flexing through the heel. Draw the navel up. Take an inhale here. Shiva squat. Exhale. We tap that right toe down outside the left edge of the mat, bending both knees. It's like a big curtsy. From here, we press off and inhale back to our standing split. Forward fold. Exhale. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Big toes touch unless you have back issues. Chair pose. Inhale. Arms up. Tall spines. Knit the ribcage closed. Hip points forward instead of downward. 3 big breaths. Slow and steady. Hold for the inhale. And fold on the exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, take your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. All right, friends. Whew. I'm sweating and I'm gonna get out of breath. So we're doing this. 1 breath, 1 movement. Stay present for the cues and ask yourself, how long can a breath really take me? What's it like if you allow yourself to fill up, to empty out, to find that full length through each pose? All right, let's clear it out. From down dog, big breath in, big sigh out. Let's do it. Right leg up on the inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, right arm high, twist. Exhale, horizon lunge, reach back. Inhale, low lunge, twist. Exhale, just plant your hand. Inhale, standing splits, float your left leg. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend and tap. Inhale, standing splits. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant it, step it back. Take your flow or skip it. We meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, left leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, horizon lunge. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing split. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, take your flow, or option to skip it. We meet in down dog. We're taking this once more on each side. You're welcome. Whew. Before we do, clear it out. Big breath in. Let it out. Whew. Let's go. Right leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Low lunge, exhale. Right arm up, inhale. Horizon lunge, exhale. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, hand down. Standing split, inhale. Shiva squat, exhale. Standing split, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, take your flow, knee to down dog, and do this one more time on the left side. From down dog, left leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Low lunge, exhale. Left arm high, inhale. Horizon lunge, exhale. Inhale, low lunge twist. Hand down, exhale. Standing split, inhale. Shiva squat, exhale. Inhale, up. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, take your flow. We meet in downward facing dog. Whew. From down dog, let's take a second. Come to a brief child's pose. Grab a towel, grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to take just a moment in our child's pose. So do what you need to do to make your way back there. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to be still once again. Notice how your breath has changed. Try to slow it back down. Is it easier to be still now? Do you appreciate this moment of rest? And let's take a breath together. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, release. Beautiful. Inhale to a tabletop. I'm going to turn around so I can face the right direction. We're going to build up a new series from your tabletop. Tuck your toes and exhale your hips up and back to downward facing dog. All right. From down dog. Just let it go. Make space for this new series. I'm loud and weird, okay? It's who I am. I won't apologize. From down dog, inhale your right leg up. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, low lunge. Pause here. Tend up to the tips of your fingers. Look forward. Find a long spine, strong and engaged foundation. Then we inhale up to a high lunge. Maybe you need to adjust here, right? We got the front knee over the ankle. We're going to softly bend that left knee. And we're going to knit the ribs and hips in to invite that stretch properly down the front side of our left thigh. Arms up or at the heart. Take a few breaths here. And we're rolling that left hip forward, plugging the right hip back. So this is another thing that comes with home practice, right? Learning to adjust yourself. I don't have a mirror in front of me. I don't have another person here. The way I adjust is by physical touch. I touch my hands to my hips, right? I know that square means my right hip is actively plugging back and my left hip is rolling forward, right? Let's take one more breath here. And exhale, warrior two. Seal down, open up. We've got the front knee over the ankle, the big toe pointing forward. We're going to press through that left pinky toe. Notice if your left hip is sassing back. Draw it in. Knit the ribs and hips closed. Couple breaths, try to rip the floor apart with your feet. Good. Next, inhale, straighten your right leg out. We did this yesterday, if you flow with me. We're going to do it just for this first round. Left hand to the left hip. As we prep for Trikonasana, triangle, we want to think about what the pelvis is doing, right? This comes back to self-assisting, dropping into your body. As we shift forward for triangle, the spine begins to lengthen. The pelvis begins to press back, right? Can you allow your left hip point as your pelvis presses back to slightly, just a little bit, rotate forward? Just giving a little bit of mobility here. Then we lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. We can't lengthen forward anymore. That right arm goes wherever it lands naturally. The left arm goes up to the ceiling, or self-assist to the right rib cage to assist yourself in spiraling that rib cage open all the way through the top of the left one. Then we plug it down. Couple breaths. Lift your rib cage up just a little bit. Good, now let's reach that left arm overhead, palm facing down. Reach your right arm forward, palm facing up. Keep rolling that right rib cage open. If you have any low back pain, just come up a little bit more. 3 big breaths. You can. One more. Good, now from here, we're gonna look down. We're gonna start to bend into that right knee. I like to pull my elbow into my ribs here. I don't know why, it's just how I do it. Then we're gonna drag that left foot forward to float into our half moon. So again, we're here in this extended triangle, right? I like to pull this in as I bend, drag, and float. Hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder, flex your left heel. If you fall out, it's really not a big deal because it's what? Just yoga. Hold here, take an inhale. On the exhale, we're gonna land back in that warrior two. Stay with me. Straighten both legs out. Turn your left toes out. Start to bend into your left knee, dropping your hips low for Skandasana. I know that's a big transition. It's gonna be fun to play with it later. So, Skandasana. It's gonna look different for all of us. Your left heel right now might be on the ground. It might not. The important thing is that the knee, and the big toe are pointing the same direction. Same goes for your right foot. Ideally, the right toe would be flexing up toward the ceiling. That might not be happening for you today. If you feel this behind your knee, maybe you just ground part of the sole of your foot, turning the knee and toe forward, right? Take what you need. If you brought both hands down for balance, that's fine. That's a really good instinct. Try taking one hand to your heart first. If you feel comfortable there, then take the other hand up, right? So that's going to challenge you to be a little more stable through center. Good, yogis. It is so hot in my room. From here, we're going to take the hands down, right? We're going to start to crawl over toward the top of our mat. So we're bending into the right knee, turning forward for our lizard lunge. Got the right knee over the ankle, the right arm inside the right leg. You can drop that back knee for this first round because we'll be here for, 5 breaths or so. We're not going to stay super long today. We've been working with this shape a lot if you've been floating with me. So, focus the breath. If you want to drop down to your forearms for this first round, you're more than welcome to. Coming back to giving ourselves permission to just be still and to sit with or through discomfort. Lizard lunge can be a lot. It can be a very counterintuitive shape. It can be very, very intense. So I want you to know if you're experiencing any of that. If you don't like being here, you are not alone. But I want you to notice how you approach that. I want you to notice where your mind starts to go when you come to these uncomfortable places. What's your programmed response? And is that really serving you? Stay wherever you are. Full breath cycle. Good. If you're on your forearms, come up to your hands. If your back knee is down, tuck your toes, lift your knee up. So really engage now in this lizard lunge. Take a little bit of a bend into your left knee and then just extend it again. Finding a little pulse, bending and extending. So we're finding buoyancy through that left foot. Then we're going to use that buoyancy to press off and step through to our yogi squat. Heels in, toes out, hands at the heart. It's really easy to just kind of dump into and like chill in this yogi squat. I know, because I do it all the time. I like to hang out here, especially when I teach. But there should be a little bit of effort, right? We've got the thumbs at the sternum. From there, we press elbow and thigh into each other, lengthening from tail through crown. Notice how everything just lifted up. Look at me. There's a difference between this and this, right? No effort, minimal effort. But now I'm engaged. I can go anywhere I want to go, right? And I want you to know if this pose also is not intuitive for you, but it's something you want to work towards, slide a block or a couple books underneath your butt, getting your hips as high as they need to be, and hang out here. All right, now it's important that both of your heels are on the ground right now for where we're going next. So if your heels aren't on the ground, if you're on your toes, take your stance a little bit wider. From here, on an inhale, let's stand all the way up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, drop it back down. Keep it engaged. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, drop it down. One more time. Good. Inhale, take it all the way up. Pause here. Look at your feet. They should be about shoulder distance apart. Keep them there, but turn your toes to point straight forward. Now with arms overhead, we're going to interlace our fingers to form one fist. Then we're going to flip those fingers open toward the ceiling, plugging the shoulders down into their sockets. Soften through the knees. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Bear pose, exhale. What's bear pose? It's basically a hip hinge. So we're bending into the knees to create a squat in the legs. My torso is paralleling the ground. My navel and glutes are drawing upward. Then I'm going to rip the floor apart with my feet. Plug the shoulders back, but press your fingers forward and take a few big breaths here. Try not to rest on the thighs. Keep actively ripping the floor apart. How's your breath? Can it be slow and steady? Yes, it is a working posture. One more inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Ooh, shake it out. Shimmy it out, let it go. Half lift, inhale. It's okay if your feet are wide. Exhale, take your flow. Maybe you skip it. We meet in down dog to take this on our other side. Nice and slow for this first round. All right. From down dog. Let's clear it out. Don't be afraid to get weird with it. Big breath in. Big breath out. From down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Low lunge, exhale. Pause. Fingertips look forward. We're finding a lot of engagement here. So something that tends to happen is that we tend to dump our weight down into our wrists, right? Coming to your fingertips can help you alleviate that and makes your big muscles work harder than your poor baby wrists, okay? So keep that in mind if you're experiencing any wrist pain. From here, look forward and inhale all the way up to your high lunge. So again, front knee over the ankle. Soften your back knee. Knit your ribs and hips closer together. Maybe you notice that fires up the stretch. Hands can be up or at the heart. I'm going to take mine to my heart today. Few breaths. Maybe you take hands to the hips. You practice squaring your pelvis, right hip forward, left hip back. Shoulders sliding down back. Doing a really nice stretch into our hip flexor right now. It's easy when we talk about opening our hips to just focus on external rotation, right? But our hip is 360, so it's all directions that need to be worked, right? Hold here for an inhale. Warrior two, exhale, seal down, open up, take up some space on your mat. Ask yourself if you're sassing your hip back. Draw it in, knit together. Keep that left knee actively drawing open, but not past the pinky toe. We want it toward the pinky toe so it's not collapsing in. Finger to finger, energize. Can you make sure that your low belly is working here? Shoulders melt down the back. Sometimes it's a lot of work just to hold a familiar shape, right? Can you sit? Are we back?
Okay, I think we're back. Sorry about that, I lost connection. Okay, let's come back to it. So we were in our warrior two. From warrior two, let's straighten that front leg out. Take your right hand to your right hip. As you reach forward, the pelvis presses back. Also allow the pelvis to wrap slightly forward. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then take that left hand wherever it lands naturally. Maybe you take your right hand to the left rib cage for a self-assist, spiraling open. Then the top arm comes up and plugs down, pressing firmly through both feet, spiraling open. Lift the rib cage up just a little bit. Good, reach your right arm overhead, palm down, shoulder plugging down. Reach the left arm forward, palm up, keep rolling that rib cage open. If you have any low back pain, come up a little bit, 3 breaths. Good. Amazing. We're going to start to bend into that left knee. I like to take my right hand to my hip to prep. Left elbow to the ribs. If you know me, you know sometimes I'll say jazz hand, sassy hip, right? We're going to start to shift forward as we float our leg for the half moon. Hip on hip, shoulder on shoulder. Maybe that right arm comes high again. Flex your heel. Left fingertips can be on the floor, but try floating them or taking them to your heart. If you lose your balance, it's just yoga. Remember, your ability to make a shape with your body does not define your worth, okay? So just do your best. We're simply testing our limits, seeing where we can go in this current moment. Hold here. Carefully land back. And then start to turn those right toes out, bending into the right knee as you sink your center of gravity lower for Skandasana. I know, big funky transition there. So, heel might be on the ground, might not, but knee and toe, same direction, dope. Same thing here, same direction, ideally pointing upward, but maybe it's grounded down, right? If both hands came down, try one hand first, try the other hand. It's going to challenge your balance, right? It's okay to be challenged. Just testing the waters, seeing where we can go. Beautiful. From here, hands come down. Lizard lunge to the top of the mat. We start to bend into that left knee as we spin to the ball of the right foot, wiggling the left foot wide. We've got the left arm inside the right foot. First round, you can drop that back knee if you'd like. Maybe you choose to stay engaged today. We're going to sit with this for a few breaths. Again, you can come down to your forearms. Try to stay grounded to the ball end of your foot. And if you notice yourself kind of fidgeting around, try to be still. Unclench your jaw. Notice what comes up here. What can you let go of? How do you handle this moment? Stay where you are, full breath cycle. Good. If you're on your forearms, come up to your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, super engaged lizard lunge. Find a little bit of buoyancy. And then on the exhale, we press off to step through yogi squat. Heels in, toes out, hands at the heart. Again, finding a little bit of effort, just a little bit of lift, right? Shoulders sliding down the back, pressing elbows and thighs into each other, lifting from tail through crown. The inhale stands us up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale up. Pause, turn the toes forward. Interlace the fingers. Flip them toward the ceiling. Plug the shoulders down. Soften through the knees. Lift the heart, lift the gaze.
Bear pose, exhale. That's a hip hinge and a deep squat here. We've got flat back. Navel drawing in, lifting with the glutes. Rip the floor apart with your feet. Notice how much activation that creates. Shoulders plug back, fingers press forward. 3 big breaths. Keep it as active as you can. Hold for the inhale. Fold on the exhale. Shake it out. Shimmy it out. Let it go. Half lift inhale. Exhale, take your flow. Meet a down dog. Friends, we're doing this series again on the breath. That does not mean fast. We are going to break down the movements, especially for some of the transitional stuff, right? So just try to stay with me for that and allow yourself to explore the full length of your breath in each one of these postures, right? Even if that means you're behind my cues, okay? From down dog, let's clear things out together. Big breath in, big weird breath out. Let's do the thing. Right leg up, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale up. Low lunge, exhale. High crescent lunge, inhale, arms up. Warrior 2, exhale. Inhale, just straighten your leg. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, right arm forward. Inhale, half moon prep. Look down. Exhale, half moon, float. Hold for the inhale, flex your left heel. Exhale, land softly, come to Skandasana. Good. Hands down. Lizard lunge, inhale, pivot forward. Yogi squat, exhale, step through. Inhale, stand up. Yogi squat, exhale. 2 more. Last one, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, pause. Toes forward, interlace split. Bear pose, exhale. Hold for the inhale, rip the floor apart. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, take your flow. Meet in down dog. We do this on our other side. From down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, just straighten. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, right arm overhead. Exhale, left arm forward. Inhale, half moon prep. Exhale, half moon. Pause for the inhale, balance. Exhale, Skandasana, land and drop the hips. Good. Hands down. Lizard lunge, inhale, turn forward. Yogi squat, exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. 1 more. Inhale up. Toes turn, interlace. Bear pose, exhale. Hold for the inhale, rip the floor apart. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, flow it out. We're gonna do it 1 more time on each side, then the work is done, we cool down. You got it, yogis. If I can do it, sweating and out of breath, you can do it, okay? From downward dog. Clear it out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Whew. Let's do the thing. Last time. Inhale, right leg up. Knee to nose, exhale. Inhale. Low lunge. High lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Inhale, straight. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, left arm. Exhale, right arm. Inhale, prep. Exhale, half moon. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, skandasana. Inhale, lizard. Exhale, yogi squat. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, squat. Inhale. Exhale, squat. One more. Inhale, up, toes turned, interlace. Bear pose, exhale. Hold for the inhale, rip the floor. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, flow it out. We do it on our left side, and then the hard work is done, okay? From downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straight. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, left arm. Inhale, prep. Half moon, exhale. Hold for the inhale. Skandasana, exhale. Inhale, lizard. Exhale, yogi squat. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. You've got it. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Almost there, friends. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Toes forward. Interlace. Bear pose. Exhale. Hold for the inhale. Rip the floor. Exhale, fold. Woo. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale. Flow her out. That's it, friends. Whew. Let's cool things down. I feel good. I'm sweating. Blood flowing. Hips open. Getting strong. Okay. From down dog. Let's take that right leg up on the inhale. Let's bend the knee. Open it up. Circle it out. Shake it out. Beautiful. And then we'll start to set up for our half pigeon. We take the right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle behind the left wrist. Back toes untuck. Ankle, knee, and hip in a straight line. Cool. Square pelvis. Cool. Start tall. Start proud. Big breath in. Puff the chest. And then exhale, begin to fold forward. If you have any knee pain here, feel free to take a reclined figure four instead. Begin to slow the breath as you surrender into this. Maybe your forehead comes to rest on the mat or a block. Close your eyes. Get comfortable. And drop back in. Unclench the jaw. And notice what comes up as you allow yourself to once again be still. Where does your mind begin to go? Maybe it's somewhere unexpected. One of those darker, forgotten corners. If that's the case, just acknowledge where you're going and choose whether or not you're ready to sit with that thing. It's coming up for a reason. Is it something you've been ignoring? Something you've been repressing? Is now the time? Are you ready to do the work? It's still there. Why is it there? If you're ready, do the work. If you're not, that's okay. Just make a little note of it. Acknowledge that it exists, because it does. And then just send that shit away with an exhale, because it will still be there later. Just take a big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Slowly start to come back up to your hands. Tuck your back toes, send the right leg up. Open it up, shake it out, get some blood flow going back in. If you absolutely just need to flip your dog and you have the space, go for it. It's your practice. We'll meet in a down dog. Take your time. To do this on our left side, we take the left leg up. We open it up. Making some circles maybe. Maybe you just go straight for that half pigeon. It's totally up to you. Just kind of checking in with that mobility. And then we start to set it up. Knee behind wrist, ankle behind opposite wrist. Back toes untucked, ankle, knee, and hip in a straight line. One of my chickens is at my window staring at me right now. That's something to look up and see. A chicken right in your face. From here, tall, proud, puff the chest. Exhale, begin to fold. Again, you can take a reclined figure 4 if that's where you're at today. Make the practice fit your body, right? Settle in. We're going to be here for a while. Maybe you close your eyes. Take deep, low belly breaths. Notice what comes up in stillness. Can you allow yourself to not fidget here? What can you let go of? Keep breathing here. You know, sometimes in our yoga practices, you might hear teachers say that we hold on to emotions in our hips. And you might right now be having this moment like, oh man, yeah, I have some things come up when I work on hip openers. Maybe that's not true either. But I just want you to know if you are experiencing that, right, that it is normal, that you're not alone. And then again, I would just encourage you to notice and most importantly acknowledge what's there. Make a note of it. Maybe you do the work now, maybe you do it later. But just remember that these things that we keep hidden from ourselves,
they're there, whether we acknowledge them or not, right? It's up to us to choose to acknowledge these things, these discomforts or whatever they are, and to work our way through it in order to come out on the other side, right? You can't jump over it, you gotta go through it. Stay wherever you are. Big breath. Good. Start to come up to the hands. Tuck the toes. Lift it. Shake it out. Open it up. Flip it if you gotta. Do what you need to do. We're gonna meet in a seat at the top of our mats. However you need to get there, find your seat. All right, friends, just a couple more shapes and then we'll rest. Let's start with Baddha Konasana. You know it's one of my faves. Feet together, knees wide like a butterfly. I'm gonna scoot back a little bit here. I like to come closer to the camera, like it actually brings me like closer to you. I don't know. So I'll offer you a few options here. If you've been practicing with me, you'll already know what they are. First option, to give yourself a little bit of assistance here, is to interlace your fingers and hook them around your toes. Get a tall spine. From there, you can use your elbows to press into your calves or hook around your shins, physically assisting yourself deeper. If you want a passive stretch, hinge forward, but put no weight into your arms. Just let them lay there. Still easing deeper on the exhales, but not using any added pressure. Third option, if you practice often and you want to take this to kind of the next step, would be for a moment to lift the knees up and to slide your arms underneath your legs, forearms and palms flat on the ground. Wherever you are, we focus the breath into the lowest point in the belly. Close your eyes. Envision inflating and deflating the low belly like a balloon. Full breath cycle. Inhale to slowly press your way back up. Now I'm going to keep both my legs bent. I'm going to take my left heel closer toward my right butt cheek. Make sure both sit bones are on the ground. I'm going to pick that right foot up and plant it outside the left thigh so that my right knee is pointing up. If this isn't quite happening today, simply extend your left leg long in front of you and plant your right foot outside the thigh. Same stretch, just different flavors, okay? From here, we're going to take the arms up, inhale. On the exhale, you can hook the elbow outside the thigh, press elbow and leg into each other, and look over the back shoulder. Little seated twist. And exhale, release. Switch sides. Again, you can just extend the leg or you can bend it. Right heel toward the left glute. Left foot plants outside the right thigh. Both sit bones down. Get tall, get proud. Inhale. Exhale. Elbow against the thigh. Press. Look over the left shoulder. And exhale, release. Let's extend both legs long. Ooh, actually, let's do a wide one first.
2 more stretches, then we close out, all right? Let's play with our wide-legged seated fold. I know you might not like it. I don't like it. That's why we're going here, right? That's the whole point of practice today. Kind of go to those places of discomfort. So legs as wide as they'll go comfortably, both sit bones down. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take our arms in front of us, palms facing in, like you've got a present and you want to give it to someone, but oh no, they're 6 feet away from you, but you really care about them. So we're going to try, okay? So start tall. Lengthen the spine, get strong in the core. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, try to give your friend that present. Reach forward. Hold right here. Inhale, lengthen, strengthen. Exhale, try a little harder. You can't quite reach them. Reach forward. One more. Please take this present. And then from there, just plant the hands where they land. Breathe in here. You can always bend your knees if you need to, friends. So we're just in a wide-legged straddle. This is not my favorite pose. I think this is the new lizard for me. Lizard used to be my least favorite thing. This is not intuitive for my body. This is really intense. It doesn't feel natural. So it's one of those things that I have to practice. It's one of those places I tend to avoid, but I'm trying to come here more often. Trying to understand why it's so uncomfortable and work through that so I can change it, right? Let's take 3 more breaths. And then slowly start to press back up. Just carefully, bring the knees together. Give a little squeeze. Then let's extend the legs long with the feet touching now, toes flexing up. Get that extra love to the side, find your sit bones. Arms up on the inhale, drop out of the rib cage, get tall in the spine. Then exhale to reach for the toes. Again, if you can't reach your toes, just bend your knees, okay? Make the practice fit you. The inhales draw the navel in, lengthen and lift. And the exhales deepen. Full breath cycle. Inhale to slowly roll up. Exhale, come to lay down on the back. When you're there, take your knees to your chest, give a little squeeze. Let's take a happy baby before we close out. Y'all, please don't skip Shavasana. It's super important, okay? So just take this little happy baby with me. We'll take a little Shavasana together. So we're gripping the feet. We're rocking around. If you can't grip your feet, just grip your shins like this. Yeah. Take what you need. Find some play. What is this called? It's called a happy baby. It's not that serious, right? Flutter the lips out. Hopefully you had a nice Shavasana. Hopefully I didn't lose you until during Shavasana. Thank you everyone for being here. Again, my name is Anna MC. If you have any questions about anything that we worked on, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Instagram at the.anna.mc. Also, please remember to donate if you can. You can find the link to donate at blackswanyoga.com/live. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
As always, the light in me honors, acknowledges, and loves that same light in you. Namaste.